Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to prepare leafy okra with beef. So tag along so that you could probably learn something new today and add it onto your other recipes. Enjoy! If you're new here, my name is Susan and I share with you nice, interesting recipes. I share with you homemaking and general lifestyle, stay at home mom, shenanigans, and a lot, homemaking. So you'll find all those in my channel. You can subscribe to my channel, like my other videos. You can go actually and watch my other videos. I have quite a number of them. Please support me and watch my videos. Thank you. To all my returning subscribers, I'm so happy. Thank you for supporting me. May God bless you for me. Kindly share my videos to your other platforms. They would help maybe someone or two. Yeah, so I went along. I started by chopping our meat into small pieces, chopped our onions. So what I usually do, I don't boil the meat direct. I just fry it with only onions. That's at the beginning. Then now I let it boil. You could also try out this method and you'll let me know. The meat comes out very tender and very aromatic when you use this method. I used 1 bulb of the onion. It was enough since the meat was just 1 kilogram. So I used 1 big onion. So I went ahead to brown the onions, and put in our chopped beef. And I browned the beef. It cooked. I also added in salt at this stage. Actually, you could just add in salt just once at this stage. That you will not again have to add in salt ahead there when you've added in your soup. The salt is supposed to be enough. So you mix your meat very well and you let it cook. As the meat was cooking, I went ahead to work on the leafy okra. So here I was removing it from the main plant. Because we eat only the leaves, so you go on plucking the leaves one by one. This dish is very, very nice, guys. I hope you try it out. You would really thank me later. So our leaves were ready and I washed them. If you've been following my videos, you'll find that I enjoy washing my vegetables so much. Because I really don't like biting stones in the food, so I ensure that I wash the vegetables thoroughly well. So you go ahead and chop your leafy okra into small pieces so that they get ready faster. This chopping helps to enhance their getting ready fast. and also their palatability. When you're eating, let me say, the okra and the leaves are so long, there's a way it's not tasty, it's not nice compared to the chopped ones. So it's always advisable that you chop your leafy okra into tiny pieces. So I went ahead and put my bicarbonate. That you see I've poured in the water is bicarbonate. So the water in the saucepan was roughly 2 cups, 2 blue cups. The blue cups I usually use in my videos. So after pouring in the bicarbonate, you go ahead and add in also your leafy okra. I used cold water for this recipe. Cold water in the saucepan, added in the bicarbonate. That bicarbonate that I added in was roughly 10 mils. The beauty with bicarbonate is that at this stage, if you've added it in and you will know that your bicarbonate is not enough when your soup is still whitish. When you check on your okra and it is still whitish, you'll know that you need to add in more bicarbonate, and it is allowed to add in the bicarbonate still at that stage. So don't worry that maybe I don't know how to measure the bicarbonate. No, you can always add in to bring out that yellowish soup, as you'll see ahead. So by this time I was checking on our meat, and yeah, the original soup was getting done. So I added in our tomatoes. I wanted to peel off I wanted the covers of the tomatoes to come out well. So I added them in to first boil, then I put them in cold water. So you can see our leafy okra. You see the soup is yellowish. So if the soup does not come out yellowish at this point, it is okay to add in more of the bicarbonate. So if the soup remains white, that means the bicarbonate was not enough. So you are allowed to add in still at this stage. So I checked on our tomatoes again, and yeah, they were okay. I removed them and put them in cold water to cool a little before chopping. Then also the soup in the meat was getting done, and the meat was browning very well. So it is at this stage that now you add in your chopped tomatoes. If the original soup, the soup that is usually formed when you're boiling the beef, is done, then now you chop in your tomatoes, then you bring in your other ingredients also and pour in at this stage. So guys, I guess you can see the progress of our leafy okra. It is coming out very well. It's getting ready. Yeah, they added in our chopped green pepper. I had added in the tomatoes already, so I went into adding the green pepper. If you have other vegetables, you could also add them in at this point. Apart from the carrots, of course, I added in the carrots later on. So I had to stir the meat, mix them well. Then I mixed our royco. For royco to do some good work in your soup, you have to first mix it aside. You pour in some water. I used 2 spoons of the royco, poured in some little water, mixed, then now poured it into the beef. This also gives you a thick soup. So well, after pouring in, you stir it very well, let it mix and cook. I used royco chicken. I didn't have royco beef in my area. Yeah, but if you can access it, the better. Or you can also use any other ingredient that you have, by the way. You're not restricted to only royco, but it's what I have. So after that, I added in some generous water because I wanted the meat to be very tender. So when you're pouring in this water, you make sure that the water covers the meat. The meat is below the water, and then now it will cook. You won't have to add in more water. You can also test the salt at this stage to see if your salt is still good. If it is good, you don't add in, but in case you need more salt, you can add in at this stage as well. And then you let your meat cook. So I went ahead to check on our leafy okra, and actually at this stage it was ready. It was good to go. I just let it stay on little charcoal, or you reduce the heat that you're using and you let it cook on medium to low heat. Yeah, I carried it off, put it aside, checked on our meat, and you can see the progress. Remember the soup we poured in? Now see how it has gone. So the leafy okra is added in at the point when the meat is ready. When it is now soft, that's when you add in your okra. So here I went ahead to add in our chopped carrots, and I let them cook. If you don't want carrots, yeah, you might omit this part. So here our carrots were ready and the meat was good. The soup was also good enough. Guys, consider subscribing to my channel. I have very interesting recipes that you could try out. You can also go ahead and watch my other videos. So here I brought in our leafy okra that we had set aside and poured it into the beef. It was nice. So you pour it in, you stir it, and you let it cook for some few minutes before carrying it off. So we served this with millet bread. It was very nice. You can also serve it with any other thing that you want, maybe posho, yeah, or cassava or sweet potatoes, whatever you like. So here it had cooked, and yeah, it was ready to be served. We served and enjoyed so much. Thank you guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you in another video. Please consider watching my other videos and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you and bye.